Of all the strange and fascinating stories of history, few match the peculiarity and poetic tragedy of Joseph Merrick, better known as the Elephant Man. Born on August 5, 1862 in Leicester, England, Merrick's early years were marked by the appearance of unusual growths on the right side of his body. Given the state of 19th century medicine, doctors had absolutely no explanation for his condition and no treatment was available. His physical deformities made life difficult. By his teens, he struggled to find work and was ultimately disowned by his father and stepmother. Left with no options, he lived in a workhouse for 4 years, enduring harsh conditions and worsening health. His deformities became more pronounced, limiting his ability to speak clearly and making physical labor nearly impossible. Desperate for a better life, Merrick turned to the only viable career left, exhibiting himself in a freak show. Showman Sam Torr helped arrange a tour where Merrick was advertised as half a man, half an elephant. He traveled throughout the English East Midlands, performing and selling autographs. Despite the cruel spectacle, he earned far more than he had ever had before. However, many showmen believed his appearance was too extreme even for their exhibitions. Eventually, he found himself under the management of George Hitchcock, who arranged for him to be displayed in London. In 1884, his life took a turn when prominent surgeon Frederick Treves saw him performing. Moved by Merrick's condition, Treves invited him to the London hospital, offering free medical care in exchange for allowing doctors to study him. Unlike the circus, the hospital provided him with dignity, companionship, and genuine friendships, including with Treves himself. It was the first time Merrick had been treated as something more than a curiosity. Treves began documenting Merrick's condition extensively, and the findings would become invaluable in understanding Merrick's disease. Merrick, who had spent most of his life isolated, finally had a taste of normalcy. He formed friendships with visitors, including Princess Alexandria of Wales, who would send him Christmas cards every year. Treves discovered that Merrick had never interacted with women outside his mother, so he arranged for a friend of his, Lila Maturin, to meet him. This small act gave Merrick confidence, and he later conversed more freely with women. One of his dreams was to visit an institution for the blind, where he hoped he might find companionship with someone who would not judge him by his appearances. Despite this newfound comfort, his health declined. The abnormal growths worsened, and his condition still remained a mystery. His body, particularly his head, had become so deformed that he was forced to sleep upright. On 3 occasions, Treves arranged for him to take holidays in the countryside, ensuring he remained hidden from the public to avoid unwanted attention. But despite these brief escapes, the burden of his condition weighed heavily on him. On April 11, 1890, at the age of 27, Merrick was found dead in his bed. Treves speculated that, longing to be like others, he had attempted to sleep lying down, which caused fatal asphyxiation. It was a tragic but fitting end for a man who had spent his entire life trying to be accepted. Today, experts believe Merrick suffered from proteus syndrome, a rare genetic disorder causing abnormal tissue and bone growth. The disease was only identified by experts in 1976, long after Merrick's death. His skeleton remains preserved in the Royal London Hospital, where his case continues to be studied. Joseph Merrick's life was a tragic yet remarkable story of perseverance in the face of unimaginable adversity. Whether seen as ironic or poetic, his legacy continues to captivate the world, serving as a reminder of the indomitable human spirit. That's all I have for today. Subscribe.